Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of our Smoky Mountain Rasslin Podcast. This is Book of the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we're covering Smoky Mountain Wrestling, episode 130 from July the 23rd of 1994. We are still in Northwest Ash High School, Warrensville, North Carolina. 500 people reported in attendance. We talked about this new venue last week along with the demographics. So if you want that information, you can find it all there. As for now, I'm sitting here with Doc and Hard Body Harper as we will have a debut on this week's Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but more on that later. That said, Doc, how are you?
We've been waiting for this day for years, literally years, and here we are. See, when you stick with something and you have a little follow through in life, you get to where you want to go. With that said, once again, I am blessed. Just like last week, I'm still feeling humble. I hope that you and I can get along a little bit better than we did last week. I feel like we really just, it was like watching mom and dad fighting. I just hope that you came with a better attitude this week, and I'm ready to jump into this thing. This is hot. No bullshit at the beginning.
Harper, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike and Doc.
Yeah, see, he's humble too. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's the sound of a humble man. Blessed.
So you all ready to get into the episode?
Why do
Yes,
you
sir.
hate us so much? Let's go, man.
I'm watching.
All right, man.
I'm watching.
You watching
The fucking RoboCop tear the cage open for Sting. Someone shared it.
Jesus Christ. So we will jump into this thing. Again, it is Smoky Mountain Wrestling, episode 130, July 23rd, 1994. A week of firsts. But anyway, we get a recap at the top of this show of last week with Cornette's stipulation outline along with Bob Armstrong announcing Hawk is he and Tracy's mystery partner in their six-man match. And then we go to Les and Bob says we will hear from the Gangstas along with Scott Studd versus Chris Candido. Will battle for the TV title. I'm going to keep going unless y'all want to stop me here, because then we go right to Scott Studd versus Chris Candido for the Beat the Champ TV title. Candido hits a flip over the top rope onto the floor on the Stud, which was nice. Candido finishes Stud off with a superplex off the top rope as Corny is picketing on the outside. So Corny's, he's basically doing this whole union thing. But anyway, Candido is the new TV champion. With all that said, I guess I'll throw it to Doc first on his thoughts on this match.
Good little match. Got Scotty Riggs out there, a young Scotty Riggs, and also on top of that flip, that was a hell of a superplex, man. That move still is a great move.
Yeah,
after all these years.
That looked good.
And a superplex is, it just looks good, especially when done right. And the guy, it's a big bump. It'll always be a big bump. And
And they're always going to kick out from it.
No, Jesus, that's the bad part. So what about that flip over the top by Candido, Doc? You said you went, when I covered it.
Just, where are you going to see that in wrestling? So, I mean, he's standing out because he's doing different moves. And Candido, man.
Maybe? Sign of things to come from him, maybe?
I don't know. That's hard to say.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, in ECW, he goes there and is...
Oh, yeah, well, okay. I guess you're right there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So After the match, again, Candido wins. He's a TV champ now. There's a Jim Cornette promo. I don't know.
I thought it was meh.
Yeah, and he's on the episode like 600 times here, cutting promos. Harper, what did you have from it?
What about the protesting?
Yeah, he's not happy with the working conditions, so he's out there with Bruiser. They got their sign, Smoky Mountain Rasslin unfair to fight. Fight is on strike. His group of thugs or whatever.
I mean, this is what happens when like a Ben Shapiro shows up to your local college.
I do not get that reference at all.
No?
Does that shock anyone out there? I guess not. All right. No comment. All right. No
All right.
No comments from the peanut gallery, I see.
The fuck?
You want to explain it? Hey, look, work with me here. I'm getting this.
I don't get it at all because Ben Shapiro's a conservative and unions are usually liberal, so I'm struggling to find the correlation. But please,
they're protesting.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ!
But everybody protests.
Look, pal, I haven't been on a college campus in almost 15 years. I don't know. I'm not down there cruising UNO for ass.
Yeah. Privateer pussy. Right,
Mike? Do you want to explain what you mean by privateer? Holy shit, because no one's going to understand that besides me and you.
That's UNO's mascot. They're the UNO privateers.
And it's like a pirate.
Well,
at least they look like a pirate.
Yeah, a privateer was a pirate that was a mercenary that would work for a government, which is what Jean Lafitte was during the Battle of New Orleans. He was a pirate hired by the federal government to fight for your fucking freedom. So you're welcome.
And after all that, Harper's out there cruising UNO for privateer pussy.
So John Lafitte pirated for your right to bang some 22-year-old bitch that doesn't know any better. I got it.
Look, she's like 25 years old. She's got a kid. She fucked up in life, and she's smart enough to go back to school to get her general studies degree.
Everything is looking up for her until she runs into Harper trolling the campus for ass. Yeah. Her life hits a dead brick wall, dead end.
And her name's Becky, and she wears scrubs, and she don't need a man to take care of her.
Her kid is her king.
That's right.
And her, just for the record, UNO stands for University of New Orleans, for people that don't know that. Anyway, privateer pussy, I wasn't ready for that. Okay, so Corny's out there again. He's cutting that promo, and then we go straight from that to another promo. It's Terry, Dory, and Cornette and Bruiser Bedlam. I'm going to ask the same question again, Doc. Are we playing this? Because I feel like they're just talking about people. They're just trying to talk people into the building. I thought it was good. Terry Funk cut a good promo, and Corny was good. But, I mean, I don't know. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was really good until Dory spoke. And then Corny got me with the anesthesia line, but he says it again in his next promo. So if you're planning on playing the next promo, I'd say let's go to that.
Okay. So in the next one, he literally repeats what was said in this one, which is why I was like, I mean, what?
It's a great line. I just didn't need to hear it twice.
Was this the one
so
where like Terry's just staying there, like awkward, like a statue? Yeah.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question before I play this one, because tell me. We really like Cornette. We love Cornette. We love his promos. We love the promotion. But did y'all not get Cornette overdose on this episode?
No.
Yeah, okay. He's just... Believe nothing Doc says. That's all I'm going to tell you. Here it is.
At ringside, you've seen the videotape. And now let's see if we can get a word. We've got a little time here with Jim Cornette. Now, Jim.
What do you want
Let's talk about Double Trouble. Let's talk about your good friend, Road Warrior Hawk.
Let me explain something to you right now, and the rest of all these genetic defects here in this building. I want you to listen. I want you to listen good. There is no fear in the hearts of the men in fight. No. The Federation of International Thugs and Eliminators is not scared of anybody walking, especially that we got Bruiser Bedlam as the labor organizer. We are certainly not scared of Hawk. But I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it's good working conditions. I don't think it's right that we should have to associate with a man like that. That we should be forced to get in the ring with an animal like Road Warrior Hawk. Not to mention a crotchety, persnickety, ornery, nasty, disgusted old man like Ron Wright that gives managers a bad name. I've worked long and I've worked hard to uphold the honor of professional wrestling managers, and Ron Wright does us no good at all. It's all because of Bob Armstrong and his surrogate son, Tracy Smothers. They're the ones that put this whole thing together. I wouldn't have signed that contract for a Coward Waves the Flag match if I'd have known their partner was Road Warrior Hawk. But I would have signed that contract for a Texas death match if they had King Kong or Godzilla. So you may have one up on us, Bob Armstrong, in Knoxville on the 5th of August. But we got one up on you on the 6th of August. And Hawk, on a personal note to you, my friend, last time I saw you, I was looking up. You were stomping my fingers, and I shortly after took a trip that they don't advertise at Disneyland. I went to the hospital. I went in the emergency room. I underwent surgery. That doctor took a knife to my knee, brother, and sliced it wide open to repair the damage that you caused, Hawk. And when they put that mask over my face, that anesthetic, and they said, count backwards from 100. The last thought that went through my mind before I drifted off into limbo land was I might not wake up again. Well, Hawk, I guarantee you something. Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk and Bruiser Bedlam are 3 men that can make you have the same thought, make you think the same thing. Bruiser Bedlam and the Funks are going to make all the members of Armstrong's People's Union have the feeling they might not wake up again after that Coward Waves the Flag match, if they even make it to Fire on the Mountain for the Texas Death Match. And now we've got some more picketing to do, and I'm standing right here, and I'm going to do it. You don't seem to realize we are a union. We've got the right to be here. Nobody can make us leave. You can't make us. You can't make us. We're striking.
Your good friend, Road Warrior Hawk.
I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. We're striking, and we're going to stay here from now.
Well, here comes some more union organizers. And well, here.
All right, pause it there because Bullet Bob and Tracy come out at this point to interrupt this shenanigans with Cornette and Bruiser Bedlam as Corny's complaining. But, Doc, you were talking about this earlier, so what did you have from Cornette right there? Mute again. Harper, what'd you have?
Hold on.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. Harper, what you got?
I like it when he says, I went on a ride. They don't advertise it at Disneyland.
What a line.
Yeah, that was great.
That was awesome.
Because, man, have you had major surgery before?
Major?
Yeah,
like a knee replacement or knee surgery, something like that?
I mean,
Anything.
Mike got a penis implant once.
Yeah,
right, but that was outpatient.
Yeah.
It wasn't really an adult. It was behind the alley of the...
In Tijuana.
Right.
I've only had one surgery where I had to be put under.
But that shit makes you think, man. Because anesthesia is rough on you, man. If you ever watch somebody come out of major surgery anesthesia, it's a thing, man. So it's fairly safe. I'm not trying to say, it's the boogeyman, but it makes you think about shit when you gotta go to sleep for a little bit there. Take a time out.
All I know is when they tell you count backwards from 10, I mean, you don't even make it past 9.5.
Oh,
Right.
really?
No,
Right.
dude, it's like the last thing you even remember when they tell you that is generally count backwards from 10, and I swear I said 10, and everything else for the next 5 hours was fucking gone.
That's why you got to start putting ether on people.
Yeah, it knocks them the fuck out, dude. I mean, you're out, bruh. The fucking building could be on fire. You're fucking dying.
Yes, you're not going anywhere. So,
You ain't moving.
I just really like that imagery, and it's that grudge is 8 years old. That's just good stuff right there, and he's pissed about it. He's still hot about it. And then when he says that Ron Wright gives the managers a bad name, that shit popped me too.
because he's so full of shit. You give
Right.
a bad name. You're the heel.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's great. I thought that was a great promo. Great promo. I thought that was awesome.
Very
He
good,
drug
very
that
good.
knife across my knee, brother.
So we go straight from that to Bob. Well, let me just play it because Bob Armstrong runs out and they chase off Cornette. Here it is.
Here comes Tracy Smothers, Bob Armstrong, and Ron Wright. And he just told me nothing was going to stop him from kicking him, but I think you must be nothing.
Well, I'll tell you this. He didn't take into account the old Smoky Mountain matchsticks. That'll change a lot of people's minds. He's talking about Road Warrior Hawk. No matter what he says, he's on his way. The contracts are signed. The deal is done. And before I say anything else, let's hear a few good words from our partner, Road Warrior Hawk.
Let's go to that video right now.
All right, hold on. First, they show the replay of Starrcade 86 and Corny falling.
We saw it last week. It still looks painful.
Dude,
Yeah.
how did they get permission to air that?
Who says they got permission?
I don't think they got permission to Harper. Because you got to remember at this point, Corny's got heat with them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I just think he just fucking got the clip and was like, fuck him.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 2 years ago, he was like, that was probably when he was like flipping a booger on Eric Bischoff's Corvette.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I mean, the goodness that he had with, or the inroads he had with them and being on good terms went when Bill Watts was gone. And now he's just like, I just think he took that shit and just like, fuck it. Play it.
They gave me the damn VHS tape to go sell on Saturday night. I just kept it and we'll just throw it in there and clip it. Fuck it.
There you have it. All right, let's go to Hawk now because after they replay that, here's Hawk again.
Oh, goodness gracious, mercy my. I wonder what time it is. I don't have a watch. Can't tell. Oh, perhaps it's time to deviate septums. Perhaps it's time to detach retinas. Perhaps it's time for torn cartilage, swelling of the fluid sac surrounding the brain. It's time for double trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, let the good times rule. Armstrong and Smothers on my side against the trio of Funks and Bruiser Bedlam in double trouble. Ooh, gracious, they're coached by none other than Jim Cornette. Woo, woo, I hate you. I'm coming August 5th and 6th. Double trouble. Coward waves the flag match. They never fought one of them before. Be happy to do it though. Texas death match. I'm gonna come August 5th and 6th. Double trouble. But not for Smothers, Armstrong, or me.
Jim Cornette, if you're back there listening, your union is busted!
All right, did y'all want me to stop it there to talk about Hawk first before we keep going with Tracy, Ron, and
Yes.
Bob?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Doc. What you got? I stopped it there.
I'm going to try to, since you say don't believe anything I say and you think I'm so mean and bad, I'm going to try to tiptoe lightly here. Because Hawk had some demons, we've learned.
Yeah.
Was Hawk sober there?
I don't know. He sounds like he should do voiceovers and fucking cartoons or something. He sounds fucking scary.
But he's also way out of breath.
I mean, it just seemed like a normal Hawk nasally amped up promo. I didn't.
All right, could have just been me. I thought there was something weird going on there. But okay. I'll take y'all's word for it on this one.
Now, if you ask me, is it possible? Well, it's another story.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, he's all right. Yeah, I don't know. He's all right there.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay. So, Harper, anything from you on Hawk right there?
He sounds fucking crazy. He sounds vicious.
He's just an intense motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I don't care if he's sober or blown up or not. He's still scary. Shit.
Yeah, he's just intense, man. It's fuck.
Can you imagine him over in Japan where they don't know it's a work?
And he still looks like Hawk.
Well, yeah.
I mean, nothing's changed.
Yeah, he's still jacked. Still looks good.
Mm-hmm. The same paint and everything. It's like 1985.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. All right, so we'll keep going then. Let's now go. We're back to the ringside area with Tracy and the rest of the crew. Here they are.
If you're back there, listen, your union is busted. August the 5th, Coward waves the flags. Then August the 6th, Texas Death Match. And I can't think of a better partner than Road Warrior Hawk. Me and the Bullet are going to take care of the former NWA heavyweight champions, the Funks. And we got a man that can match power. What we're trying to say, guys, is we're open for business. And business is good. Right, Ron? Ron?
Mr. Thatcher, let me tell you, you don't know what an honor it is to be in the corner of these men both nights. The flag won't wave. I probably won't even carry a flag out there. Just have them a concrete studded club out there for Cornette. Cornette, let me tell you, my job, waving the flag will not be to wave it. It'll be to wrap that concrete flag around your thick head to make sure you're not able to interfere with the match. And let me tell you something, brother. Johnson City in the Texas Death Match, I'm the meanest SOB that ever walked when it come to death matches and chain matches. I'll be up there to see that business is took care of on your head, Cornette. So you better keep your nose out of the ring and out of these men's business, because if you stick it in, I'm going to chop your head off, even with your shoulders, and we won't have to worry about you ever again, brother.
Brother Bob, wrap it up.
He's exactly right. I'll tell you this. Tracy said it right. His union is busted. We're coming like gangbusters. We're going to get the job done. The Funk Brothers, former world champions, and the strongest man in the world. And Cornette, look what we got for you. You ain't going to like it a bit. You ain't going to like it when that long arm of retribution reaches out, grabs you by the back of the neck, and shows you what it means to break a man in two or just break a man completely. That's what we're going to do. Road Warrior Hawk, the 5th and 6th, we're going to get it done, brother, and we can't wait. It's almost here. It's around the corner. The People's Union will prevail, brother. Come on, let's do it.
All right, and now let's hear the complete card for the Night of Legends.
Okay, I'll throw it to you, Doc, first. What you got?
Talking them in the building, pal. So, am I the only one expecting Ron to turn on?
Yeah,
some folks here,
because you can't see him as a face. It's just
it's too dastardly.
Right, and no one is like bringing up that's like the pink elephant in a room.
I like the fact that Smothers took 2 months to trust Dirty White Boy, but he's going to trust his mentor in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about this stuff too hard. The other thing I thought was, if we really wanted to up the ante and make this shit fun, let's make Ron Wright the new commissioner.
Oh God, that would have been great. Huh?
Because he's able to cut promos and
yeah.
Oh man. Wow, yeah, holy shit. Yeah. I bet you that crossed his mind at one point though.
I spent a lot of time thinking about Smoky Mountains. What ifs?
Yeah, that holy shit, that would have been good. All right, what else y'all got right there from what went down? Anything?
They keep bringing up the fucking concrete and the flag thing. It's just, I hope they don't really do that.
I think it'd be funny if he's like got a trash can out there and he's got a sack of Quickcrete.
Right.
He's trying to stir it all up, and then he uses the stick with the flag, and then they think he's waving it, but he's really not. And then now Tammy's out, and they're drugging him again so that she can get his money for her legal defense fund, and they've got his credit card, and he just wants to go.
They already did that. What's his name?
With his brother, right?
Yeah, when fucking Horner fucked it up.
Right.
Horner was beating him with the flat. That's a microcosm of Tim Horner and Smoky Mountain. Even though it was an angle, even though it was called that way, and it was done exactly as Cornette intended. The fact that Horner is beating Ron Wright's brother Don Wright with the flag, and the ref looks over and he sees it, what appears to be him waving it as he lifts it up and down. That's a perfect microcosm of Tim Horner in Smoky Mountain. Like, of all people that waved the fucking
not
flag
doing
and the way
anything
it was
wrong,
waved.
but not doing anything wrong, but not doing anything right either.
Right, just a fucking train wreck waiting to happen. Oh boy, we go from
this is a big moment here, is it not?
Oh boy, so we go from Chris Hamrick and Anthony Michaels versus the Gangstas, as Bob Cottle says, versus with New Jack and Mustafa. Hold on a second.
Hold on. You're gonna play the music?
Yeah, I'm just hoping I'm hoping when I try to upload it for the Patreon.
Yeah, don't hit. Okay, so probably don't hit the music. But when first note was when that music hits, and Cottle calls them the Gangstas. What was a county of 0.66% African American folks thinking when that music, before they ever laid eyes on them?
I don't see that. I can't answer, because you got to remember by the early 90s through to obviously the mid 90s for sure, which is where we're at now. I think white America was listening to a lot of quote unquote gangster rap.
Out of this area.
No,
that was going to be.
And I bet you a lot of people were there with their teenage kids and said, if you start listening to that shit, I'll beat your ass. I guarantee that happened.
They probably looked at them the way they looked at Kamala in fucking like 1982.
Dude, those 6 black people walked out and it tripled the population in the county, man.
Let me play it. Here it is.
This is a tag team match. Introducing first, total combined weight of 448 pounds, Chris Hamrick and Anthony Michaels.
All right, fans, and that music is going to bring a new tag team to Smoky Mountain Wrestling into the ring. The Gangstas, New Jack and Mustafa Saeed, as we're going to get our first look at them, Len.
But I think what we're going to see first is their security force.
First pause. Harper, you know what this sounds like?
It sounds like Public Enemy.
But that bass and the doom, doom, doom. If you go back and play it again, it also sounds incredibly similar to Alice in Chains' Man in the Box.
Oh, it does, huh?
Well, I don't know what the fuck that is, but this is Public Enemy.
I'm the man in the box.
Shut up. Let's be quiet. Let's hear Les's explanation of their escorts coming to the ring. Here it is.
New Jack and Mustafa Saeed, as we're going to get our first look at them, Len.
But I think what we're going to see first is their security force. The Gangstas demand their own security. They don't trust the regular police force, they say.
So they got their own bodyguards, huh?
Yes.
And that's their bodyguards now as they heck fire. They're going to get up onto the apron into the ring. Make me feel a little bit uncomfortable if I was in that ring.
I heard that, and these 4 are just the security. We have yet to see, actually, New Jack and Mustafa, the Gangstas. But they are in the house, and here they come, Bob.
Well, we've heard a lot about them.
Oh, man. These fucking hillbillies. Oh, shit.
You ever heard the term? You ever heard the term, y'all ain't ready?
Oh, God.
With his fucking Grambling shirt cut up.
Boy, that was a note for later on the interview I had. But, yeah. Hey, look, man. New Jack and Mustafa are not the Briscoe brothers. Either set of Briscoe brothers in the ring. I don't give a shit. This shit's awesome. They ain't Jack and Jerry or Mark and Jay. I don't care, man. And I'm not a huge fan of New Jack's work in ECW, to be honest. But this shit works on every level. The crowd seems stunned before the bell rings, man.
Did you ever see the video when 2 Live Crew makes their debut on the Phil Donahue show?
No, I can't say that.
It's been a long time.
That's probably what these people are like.
Dude, you got to go back and look at the actual when New Jack and Mustafa come down after the security. They pan over. They don't pan over, but as the people in the shot to the left, they're not doing anything. They're just staring like they see a fucking ghost or something.
Well, it's like we've always said, when there's 11 black people in town, it's like a Pokemon game. Then here's all of them, and I'm gonna try to. I'm not bullshitting here. I'm not
so
black.
Basically, everything he said any other time is bullshit.
What I'm trying to do is make sure that you don't come behind me and bury me here.
Okay, all right.
I'm not black, and I don't live in the hillbilly states. So, I don't know how you have to carry yourself in 1994 as one of 100 black people out of 24,000. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say they weren't being, quote unquote, uppity and flaunting their black pride at the town square trying to get over.
Hold on. I got you. They weren't being one of the good ones.
Right.
Okay.
So they got to go along to get along because they don't have anything going for them in numbers to rise up. So also you have to imagine that now these black folks are unlike black folks that we interact with because they're the good ones. These are scary black people.
And you got to realize 6 black men just walked out to the ring. I don't know if there's 6 black people in the crowd.
Angry tribal drums and record scratching, and that shit was not. I'm telling you, Harper's right about this. There were car rides home where old parents told their kids that the N-word was used repeatedly, and I better not find that shit in your room listening to that bullshit. I guarantee the term jungle music was used.
Jungle music.
I just shot snot out of my nose when you said that. Holy shit.
And so this is the record scratch for real. Like, what the fuck? And so the match is highly irrelevant. I mean, these guys, Mustafa and New Jack, are just punchers and kickers, and they're green and whatever. Who cares?
I agree. The match was nothing.
And I don't care. But then when it's over, they take a volatile situation in my mind and just douse it literally as they talk about. Douse it in gasoline and flip a match. Like, all right, well, I'll see that and raise it.
Harper, any thoughts on the match before I go to the promo?
No.
Okay. So for everyone out there, I'm actually going to play before the promo starts because New Jack, I don't know if he yells this to somebody in the crowd or either Hamrick or Michaels, who they just defeated as they roll out the ring. But here it is.
Gentlemen, the winners of the match, New Jack and Mustafa Saeed, the Gangstas.
All right, well, Bobby, the Gangsters still taking it to them in there. They have made the win. The Gangsters come up their first look on Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Very impressive. They are your winners.
Hey fans, here they are. We get our first opportunity to talk to them. The new tag team on the block of Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Impressive they are, the Gangstas. New Jack.
Let me tell you something. 30 years ago, we would have been strung up in somebody's tree, getting hung for beating 2 white boys the way we just did. But now, you might want to come out here and put some belts on us, but the only belts we gonna be wearing around here is the tag team belt. Let me tell you something. I don't like being up here. I was getting out of my car, I slipped and fell, and some tobacco spit. And you know what I'm saying? Nothing but rednecks up here. Nothing but geeks up here. Nothing but coal miners up here. Chicken farmers, Klansmen. I don't like nobody but my partner. You understand? I don't care who you line up in front of me. I'm going to show you how bad New Jack and Mustafa is. You want to talk about violence? Violence to you might be putting somebody in a figure four. Violence to me is taking a can of gas and pouring it on you and setting you on fire. Like me or not, I didn't come up here to be liked. I came up here to get paid. And whoever you put in front of me, I'm going to drop you down. I'd like to send a special shout out to my homeboy, O.J. Simpson. Keep up the good work, baby. Too less we got to worry about. You understand? Keep up the good work. Louis Farrakhan will be the next president. Snoop Dogg, we know you're innocent. You called me last night. You understand? Get ready, Smoky Mountain, because we're going to set this place on fire.
All right, fans, there they are, the team to be heard from in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. New Jack, Mustafa Saeed, the Gangstas. We'll be back right after this.
Okay, we played this about 2 years ago on the NWA show as a promo of the week, but it's time to revisit it because it's been a while. He's talking about lighting people on fire. He thanks O.J. Simpson for murdering 2 white people. He shouts out Snoop for being innocent, which he actually ended up being innocent, but still. And then he talks about Farrakhan being the next president. Just fucking torched everything. New Jack gives 0 fucks whatsoever. I want to throw to Harper first. Harper, I know you've seen this before, but thoughts?
I like it when he says, I came here to get paid, bro.
No shit.
Yes.
That's the best thing of everything he said is like, I came here to get fucking paid. Fuck you.
Because you know what? That's the scariest part to these white hillbillies that are racist is all that other stuff is incendiary, but if he gets paid, he's got power. We can't let him get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Money's real power. Money's the real power here.
Doc, what do you have from Jack here?
Can you imagine the people in that gym, what's going through their mind? They ain't ever been talked to like this by a black person, ever. And then can you imagine just sitting around their homes watching this the first time? Just what happened to my wrestling?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to corny.
How do they say it? The way you remember it and the way you like it?
This ain't the way I remember liking it. He said 30 years ago they would have got hung. Bro, that would have happened that afternoon if they could have got to
20 minutes ago.
Right.
This is insane.
I mean, everything was plodding along. We had some nice young boys from Canada and the Thrill Seekers and Tracy and the Dirty White Boy, and everything was fine and acceptable. And this shit just took the snow globe, and instead of shaking it, we just threw it on the floor and said, there you go.
Yeah, they just smashed it against the wall and said, fuck you.
Yeah. Why's the snow got to be white, motherfucker?
Bitch.
Why's it got
to be water in here? Let's put some Henny in here.
Yeah. All right.
Bro, it is hard to oversell how fantastic that was when you put it in the context of 129 prior episodes. Dude, the only black guy we've seen is half Killer Kyle. We ain't got no Bill Tabbs or Pablo Crenshaws or Rocky Kings.
And in the famous words of Jim Cornette, because I was listening to it when we asked him, I was re-listening to when we asked him about the Gangstas, he literally said on our show, I just told New Jack go out there and make white people mad.
Apparently he knows. But don't gloss over the fact, Harper, I didn't come here to be liked. I came here to get paid. That was the line.
That was the line.
I'm telling you, about 3 weeks, if he had Tammy draped around his neck, that shit would have blown off. I mean,
dude, they would have hopped the fucking railing.
Fuck yeah, they would have.
I'll repeat. Bobby Blaze and Tracy Smothers says they do not know how these two were not physically harmed or killed.
She just sat out there and didn't say the whole line, but just said, I just want to tell everybody, and especially Primetime Brian Lee and Chris Candido, I'm not going back, and winked at the camera. Bruh.
Well, Cornette told the story how they would, like, when they would do the spot shows and in some of the smaller towns, like the people, they wouldn't go. They just wouldn't show up because they were so appalled at these black guys beating up their heroes and talking about hurting white people. They just stopped showing up to the events.
Because in real life,
amazing.
They had a recourse. In real life, they could fashion a noose. They were powerless here, and they did not like it.
This was awesome. All right.
Listen to the black man waiting a year and a half to get his shit in, and now Mike's fucking happier than a pig in shit.
Whatever.
Fuck, you know what? Probably these assholes are probably thinking it's just like Planet of the fucking Apes, man.
Whoa!
You know what I'm saying? Like they're rebelling against us.
Yeah. I know what he means. He's not calling it.
I knew if we let that Clinton in the White House, this would happen.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That goddamn draft dodger caused all this.
He smoked in marijuana, and now we've got this.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to come along and make this country great again.
This is Clinton's fault. That the Gangstas are in Smoky Mountain Rasslin.
Yes.
It's a fucking joke, people. Calm down.
Fucking Hillary's fault.
All right, let's keep going. So Les Thatcher, after the Gangstas, he does a Night of Legends update, and they spend most of the update on
about Whitey Caldwell. Whitey.
Whitey, yeah, you're right. Whitey Caldwell. The Whitey Caldwell segment on Night of Legends is right after the Gangstas. How fucking fitting.
That's called restoring some order.
Whitey. Hey, man, Whitey Caldwell, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I mean, Bo James has talked a lot about him on our show when he was on a while back, but Whitey Caldwell was basically just as much of a legend as Ron Wright was in the area. So, good stuff there talking about Whitey Caldwell.
Informative.
Very informative. If you are watching along, this one is on YouTube, Smoky Mountain SMW TV 72394. But anyway, good stuff there from Les talking about Whitey Caldwell. They then go to the next match, which is Brian Logan and Steve Skyfire versus the Thrill Seekers. The Thrill Seekers are in some new gear. The Thrill Seekers win. Not sure what to call the finisher, but they won. And I mean, I don't really have much else from it. Doc, what did you have?
My only note was lots of innovative offense.
Harper, what about you? Anything?
No.
They are, they're good. I mean, I think Lance and
I like them.
And yeah, they're good. It's just, I think, one thing that hurt them in their run here was, I mean, up until now, who have they really had a chance to work a lot with? That whole thing with Well Done was just, Jesus Christ. So, all right, we'll keep going. Thrill Seekers win. We then go straight to a promo from Cornette after that. Doc, while I'm trying to pull it up, what do you have from it?
Man, keep an eye out for Dr. Tom fluffing that hair. Jesus Christ. If you've been relatively sober but like this game, I got to tell you, you're in trouble. Del Rey's always Del Rey back there. This is a good promo. There's one line in it when you play it that popped me, so I'll see if you're ready now that I've vamped a little bit for you here to cover up your shortcomings.
You know, I hope the Thrill Seekers are feeling better because the banner headlines in all the wrestling magazines, all the newspapers, everybody's talking about the Heavenly Bodies coming back to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. The ban hadn't been lifted yet. I'm still working on that. But thanks to the Thrill Seekers going to all these officials, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, the World Wrestling Federation, everybody getting involved in it. The Thrill Seekers want their chance to get even. Don't want to chase the bodies all across the country, so they're going to get it. August 5th through August 13th, the Heavenly Bodies are back at Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and they're going to do some damage to the Thrill Seekers. Yeah, they're still making accusations. They're still making statements. But, Jimmy, let me ask you this. Are these guys just a little bit too cute to give you guys a problem, huh?
First off, Jimmy, all the girls are going to be so excited to see us back at Smoky Mountain. They're going to run from them Thrill Seekers, little baby face, cute boys. Well, hey, boys, we're coming back to Smoky. You mean they used to have cute little
Oh, that's right!
Not anymore. I think after that trunk got slammed on your face, Jericho, I think after you got punched in the gut a few times and in your mouth, Storm, I think you guys found out that it's not so easy when you're real cute and real pretty. All the little girls may pat you on the back and say how nice and wonderful you may be. But remember, when we come back to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, there's not too much distance between a pat on the back and a kick in the pants. And we'll not only kick you in the back of your pants, but we'll kick you in your teeth, too, again.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. You know, everybody's talking about the Night of the Legends, August 5th, Fire on the Mountain in Johnson City, August 6th. It's a big week for Smoky Mountain Wrestling. But the big news of all is the Heavenly Bodies returning. And Thrill Seekers, let me ask you this question. I want you to sit back, think about what happened to you. You asked for these guys. You say it was the Heavenly Bodies that attacked you in that parking lot? Well, for sake of argument, let's say it was. They were on you for about 1 minute. Look what happened to you. What do you think's going to happen when they're in a wrestling ring with you for about 15, 20, 30 minutes, however long it takes? They've gone an hour, and everybody knows it. And they can make it last and make it miserable every single stinking second of the way. How'd it feel, Jericho, when that trunk lid came crashing down on the back of your head, splitting that flesh open like a ripe watermelon? How'd it feel when that doctor took that long needle and stuck it in that scalp and put those 18 stitches in there? How'd it feel, Lance Storm, when your head got slammed into the side of that car and that fist came crashing down on your face time after time, making it look like a pound a week and a half old hamburger? That's just a small sample of what the Heavenly Bodies can do and have done in the past to everybody. Ask them all. It's happened. And Thrill Seekers, it's going to happen to you. The baptism of fire is coming to Smoky Mountain Wrestling when the Heavenly Bodies meet the Thrill Seekers. You've had the press. You've had the publicity. You've had the fans. You've got all the fancy Dan moves. Now we're going to find out if you've got the guts and the heart and the desire to get in that ring and do what needs to be done against a couple of guys that don't care what they got to do to break somebody's leg, break somebody's arm, bust somebody's head open, and end somebody's career just because, number one, they got a reputation, and number two, they like doing it for fun. Thrill Seekers, Heavenly Bodies coming at you. You better get ready. No doubt about it.
Just watching Jimmy Del Rey is funny. I mean, he's just so stupid over there to the left side. But, Doc, what do you have from this?
We can make it last and make it miserable every stinking second of it. Coming off hey, we were only on you for a minute. Think what a match is going to be like. I thought that was great.
I think it's great that they've got Thrill Seekers have a good tag team to actually have a match with.
Absolutely.
Harper, you got anything from this?
I love Cornette, and the last 30 seconds was fucking great when he was wrapping it up.
He put a nice bow on it. He really did.
Yeah.
I still want to hear more from Del Rey. I wanted to hear some Del Rey in here. Although, again, he's to the left and he's just a fucking buffoon. He's a goddamn kid back there. Anyway.
Right.
We'll keep going. We got Storm and Jericho next. It's pretty meat and potatoes. I mean, they're just talking them into the building. What did you have, Doc?
Nothing.
Okay. Harper, you?
Nah.
Harper,
okay.
Check your text.
Harper, whatever you keep sending me, I can't look at it right now.
Jesus Christ.
I know, huh?
That thing's like a fucking siren, ain't it?
It's not as bad as Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano's phone rings. I hear that ringtone now. I know exactly who it is.
Woke up this morning.
All right, we don't have time. We don't have time. Mike, take control. We don't have time for this.
All right. They go to a plug after they're talking about Fire on the Mountain '94, Saturday, August the 6th. And then we go to Bob Cottle. He's got something to say. Here it is. Or he's got a promo to throw us to. Here it is.
Best for the weary as the Dirty White Boys, once again the Smoky Mountain Heavyweight Champion, but he's facing a really tough challenge on August 5th in Knoxville from the Freebird, Terry Bam Bam Gordy. So right now, let's hear these words from Gordy about that upcoming match.
There is not a man alive today that can beat me. And you see what I did. The bombs are already starting to fall, Daddy. The bombs are falling. And it's just like this, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. If they've got a title, then it belongs to Terry Gordy. You can put your money on it. I know the commissioner, he's already got his money on it because he knows what Terry Gordy can do. I've done busted his head a couple of times, so you ask the commissioner what Terry Bam Bam Gordy can do. You know, Terry Gordy don't have no friends. And I just like to say this. I am the man that will hold that title up there. And I'm going to get that title, and I don't care who I have to go through, Dirty White Boy. I don't care if it's your old lady or who. And as far as I'm concerned, you're nothing but an obnoxious, overbearing, perverted, egg-sucking dog, just like all them people there in Knoxville, Tennessee. And I'm coming to show you, boy, that I'm going to take that title, and I'm going to take it. And there ain't nothing you or your old lady can do about it.
Doc, you got any thoughts on Gordy right there?
Well, the first part of that is from like episode 5 or some shit. Freebird Mountain and the Bombs.
That was his original promo from the promotion.
And then he sounds like he's aged 30 years between those promos. So I think he's had some of the issues and the problems and the comas and the whatever, because he doesn't sound right there on that second end. But I just didn't understand what makes Dirty White Boy perverted, but that's whatever.
Yeah, that wasn't Gordy's best promo. Let's just leave
No. Yeah, because he says he has no friends. I'm like, well, you're in a
What about Mike and Buddy, man?
Right.
Yeah.
You've been in a tag team with Steve Dr. Death Williams. The hell?
So they go into Dirty White Boy with Chip Kessler, and White Boy, what happened with Jake really fucked him, in my opinion, because it messed up Dirty White Boy's steam. Because he never got a chance to basically get back at the heel that fucked him over.
Yeah, because out of all this shit that's been going on, it seems like it's like no one cares about he's on the back burner.
Jake and what he did fucked White Boy. I mean, he shows up with the belt, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's no footage, there's nothing to show. Right. Man, he got Jake back and sent that fucking slithery snake back to where he came from. Fuck Jake. And that, I mean, he's champ now, but that's why you just don't flip-flop belts all the time, because it really means nothing, because he's got the belt back, and that's good, but, I mean, we never really saw Dirty White Boy get his comeuppance, and it's a fucking hole, not through any fault of theirs. It's just, just got fucked on it. But anyway, I wasn't going to play it, but
I just thought it was meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
It was, but he's and it's because he got fucked. But anyway, all right. So, what's the next one at? Hold on. Give me a chance to get to it.
The last one is Primetime and Candido and Sonny.
Yeah. So, let me play that one real quick, and then we'll wrap this up.
All right, fans, with us right now, Primetime, Brian Lee, Chris Candido, Miss Tammy Fitch. And I understand the Legal Defense Fund not doing very well, Tammy.
Oh, sure, you had to bring that up.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject, all of you people out there, you're not sending in your money like you're supposed to be. You're not sending in the money fast enough for me to keep my lawyers. Now, if I don't keep my lawyers, I'm going to have to continue with these matches, and God knows I don't want to do it. And everyone knows my boys don't want to be involved in either of these matches, because for one, they don't want me to be handcuffed to Ricky Gibson, because God knows what he'll do to me. And they also don't want my head shaved, because, I mean, life will never be worth living again for these boys if I was bald. Ricky Morton, let me just tell you this. I haven't conditioned my hair in 3 days. I used to have the most beautiful hair. I still have the most beautiful hair, more beautiful than any people here. I haven't conditioned in 3 days because I don't want Ricky Morton to have the satisfaction of shaving a beautiful head of hair. I'm going to make it look as ugly as possible. Wait, what am I saying, guys? I don't want to get my head shaved. I don't want to lose. No, I don't want to get my... I want to go home.
What? Oh, come on. Bob, you think it's funny, don't you?
No, I don't think it's funny, and I don't think...
Oh, Bob Cottle trolling Tammy, saying, how's your defense fund doing? Basically her 1994 GoFundMe version. But anyway, Doc, any thoughts on here as they close things out?
Reminds me of when Buddy Landale said he was going to go run 12 miles and get a big stink up before their match. She's just not going to wash her hair.
That was funny. I remember that. All right. Here, I'm gonna go run a marathon and get a good stink up. Fucking Buddy. Harper, anything from you here?
Yeah, I'm thinking she could use a fucking defense fund now.
Oh,
wow.
She's out.
For now.
She's charging you $30 a month to do some stuff or something.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's a fan site. I didn't say anything dirty.
He didn't. I mean, it's true.
Does she really?
Yeah, she's got some kind of fan gimmick video.
Was it like it's like a what do you call it? The cam thing where you can.
Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but I mean, if I'm gonna use my imagination, if you pay her X amount of dollars a fucking month, she'll make a video, like
wow.
talking about cranking your shit off. I'm guessing. I don't know that for a fact.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Let's get out of here before we get in trouble.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Okay.
So, Doc, you go first. Disability checks.
So just to prove what a stand-up guy I am on these disability checks, I am going to go first. That's a great idea.
I went first last week. You're not so stand-up, but go ahead.
Well, this episode was hot. I had 15 different segments outlined here. There is a ton going on. The angles are hot, and like I said earlier, it is hard to oversell the Gangstas debut. Give me a 9.8.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, Harper, what you giving it?
I want to give this one a 9 again.
I was in the 9.25 range only because
I just don't think you can undersell. You can't just the Gangstas that's revolutionary in that area.
Revolutionary or
incendiary.
Yeah.
Apocalyptic, depending on your worldview.
Doc is a 9.8. I'm a 9.25. Harper's a 9. The Gangstas for sure. Just fuck, man.
We've needed this though, shit. Man. We've needed the. We were down in the 6s and 7s there for a while.
Yeah, it got bad for a while. So, all right, we're gonna do the government cheese named by Shard Johnson. Before we do it, remember, support this show. Become a patron at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. It is a fantastic way to support this show. Again, it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You can see the video versions of this show. You can also get the World Class Show. You can also get Doc, Harper, and I talking about non-wrestling topics and just utter chaos, shenanigans, and horse shit. Again, it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Also, don't forget to use our Amazon referral link. It's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Give that link to your wives, girlfriends, hoes, side pieces in your life and tell them to use it, bookmark it every time they utilize Amazon. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTT Amazon. Government Cheese Award. I don't know how you give it to anyone other than I have the Gangsters name, but I mean, I guess you can put New Jack for sure, but I just covered it all and said the Gangstas because, I mean, I think it's a whole package at this point.
It's got to be.
Yeah, so you agree, Harper?
Yeah, they got their government cheese and their Hennessy.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get the Hennessy with it, too. Doc, what about you?
New Jack, pal.
There you go. So,
maybe Mustafa when he starts, in the coming weeks, when he starts picking his nose on air on camera, but I'm going to stick with New Jack.
Did you see him blow his nose on Cotter's head at one point?
Yeah.
Think about that. Old white Bob Cottle, who was 90 years old then.
I bet you about 3 minutes after that interview, he said, "Now, Jimmy, we need to have a talk. I think it's about time for me to hang up my hat, hang up the suit."
Hang it up. So, all right. So, 9.25 disability, 9.8, 9.0, and Gangstas and New Jack obviously get the government cheese. What did Harper just send?
What?
Before we wrap up.
The one I sent seemed to offend Mike.
I saw that on Facebook like yesterday.
Okay.
Walmart got hose on sale. And it's a fucking stripper with a cat suit on and like the ball and it's $288.
Right. This ain't meme time. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so Harper, you know the drill, man. Hit the tagline and take us home.
Book it, bitch.
show possible twice per week, each and every week. And shout out to all of the Hall of Fame patrons out there: Mike Childry, K_Row, Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Jeffrey, Craig Norman, Johnny on Patreon, the great John Dean at YRC21, Josh Dunn at Ryan in Auburn, good old Justin, Robert Smith, Joseph Ice, Tim Moretti, Adam Price, Brian Evans, Mark Wilson, Armando Martinez, David Jordan, Jesse Jacobs, Josh Fields, Chris Myers, Gerald Green, Mitchell Johnson, Mike Prue, Will Parker, Jeremy Bryant, Classy Alex, Slider91 US, David DeVries, Frog Zeppelin, SV Pageant, Bill Salsa, Big Rich, at Spyboy Sports Cap, Ari Miller 39, Dustin Roberts, Jay Shiny, Ruben Espinoza, Merciless Jones, Jesse Lucas, Chris Browning, Justin _Andretti, Coleman 822, Marty Howell, and T-Hog 94. And before I get out of here, special shout out to a friend of the show. Check out the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast from Mike Prue and his buddy JV, who are breaking down the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin month by month on a weekly basis. I think they are currently covering 1998, depending on when you are listening to this. But you can go back and check out 96 and 97, those years of Austin. And it's a good show, so check it out. New episodes are released every single Monday. They're available on most platforms, including iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, Google Play. You know how it works with podcasts by now. And you can also find them on Twitter at Bottom Line Cast. So once again, thank you to all the Hall of Fame patrons, and check out the Bottom Line Cast with Mike Peru and JV. And that's it, guys. Until next week, book it, bitch.